Hey, I'm Matisse, and you're watching New Music Director. Your artist, your music, your link. My first entrance into the entertainment world was through a soap opera called One Life to Live, and then moved over to London. Started writing music at about 14, I would say. My love is music. It wasn't about modeling, it wasn't about acting. That just kind of happened by fluke. I felt really lucky actually working in London first, and I felt like everybody is more experimental, I think, there. And open to different ideas, and I didn't know what the boundaries were. And people were totally open. Like, I'm sure that if I'd started with the top people, they would be like, what the heck is this girl talking about? I've always liked the idea of having a stage name. A family friend of mine is Lulu, who's a big singer over in the UK. And I always wondered how she stayed so down to earth and still so thoughtful about other people and not caught up in herself. And I thought that maybe it was because her real name is Marie. And so she can separate her work from her personal. I can't be Britney, there's no choice, so I do have to change it. And one of my favorite painters is Matisse. He stuck to what he believed in, stuck to his guns, and eventually it worked out. But didn't compromise and didn't conform, which I like that story and related to it. So Matisse seemed like something I could own. Hip-hop has dominated music for all the years that I've been doing it, really, which is what I think was hard for me as a pop artist, you know, being taken seriously when hip-hop was so big. I feel like that it's time to sort of turn the tables a little bit, to show more stronger women who feel like they are more so the prize than the man. That message of being the stronger girl and not feeling like you're indebted to a guy. Was definitely important, especially because I feel like I have a young audience. I'm a real ballad girl. I love ballads. My influences are all the big singers: Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Celine Dion. I can't cater to myself and you. I gotta make my choice, please myself. I never know how to. Even Selfish, it's coming from a different perspective than a lot of ballads, I think, which is what really drew me to it. It's not as much of a victim type song. I don't really think that you're the right person for me, and I think it's time for me to move on, and I don't want to hurt you, but you know, it's not coming from, oh, please come back to me. There's so many different things that are getting people's attention that weren't there in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Even just from MySpace and Facebook. People are on there more so than they are watching TV. But I think that good music always cuts through. Creatively, when I'm in the studio, the best songs come out when I'm not really thinking and I'm just feeling it and being creative. And the best songs that I've written have happened in 15 minutes. If I have to sit there and like be so anal about everything, it's never as good. I try to take the approach of, listen, I am doing everything that I can. I'm, you know, working really, really hard to make this happen. You should keep your inner child. And children don't have those fears that we have. They don't know the boundaries. So that I don't hold myself back, because ultimately I think that's what everybody does, is you end up holding yourself back with these things, it's limitations in your head. So it's a work in progress for me. Hey, I'm Matisse, your new music director. Your artist, your music, your link.